why.
Well, he definitely got his emoji right.
Yeah, we're recording.
we're recording.
Yeah, this is.
Avi, appreciate you.
Yeah. Yo,
Yes, sir.
thank you guys for all being here. This is crazy. I need to do something with our lives, right? I want to introduce all my friends. We don't have a name for the podcast yet, but we're about to discuss that. Before we get into that, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm gonna start with this guy over here, Mr. I got hurt again at basketball. You know what I mean? Tell us where you're from and who you rep from.
Originally from Brooklyn, I represent Warriors and sometimes the Spurs.
Okay, sometimes the Spurs. All right, cool. And then again to my right, we have Amr, who is always injured too. This is crazy. It's like they're related or something. Amr, tell us about yourself and who you rep, man.
What's up, everyone?
You can look at us too. Like, feel free to look. I'll cut this part out, but
Yeah.
we can look at each other. Like, don't feel
It's
uncomfortable.
awkward because, like, we don't really introduce ourselves to each other, but
It is.
It's more for the audience. Get your radio voice on. Let's go.
Yo.
Yeah, you gotta talk. That's what I was saying. Like,
all right, I'm Amar, Sonu's younger brother.
Oh,
Even though
he looks older.
Yeah.
and better looking, but
Yeah. Sorry.
and I ripped the Knicks.
Rep the Knicks. All right, cool. I'm gonna go back the other way. Oh man, all-time best doctor of all time. This is my boy Como.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? I'm also repping the Knicks. Been in the trenches for over 30 years, and we continue being in them.
Yeah. We're still complaining.
We're still complaining.
We get there. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna go back to my right. This is my boy Ash, aka Mr. Shoulders himself. Where you from? Who you rep?
Repping Queens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Repping the Knicks.
Yes.
And contrary to popular belief, I'm actually a LeBron fan. So
Oh God.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
We
You
can't
were
work
doing
out together no more.
You were doing so good till then.
Yeah, you were doing so good. Now we can't work out together.
put him in the chat.
Queens, Knicks. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
So at one point you were a Heat fan then.
I was I was a Cavs, I guess, Heat fan.
Oh.
Where the LeBron went.
Good time. How can you be a Knicks fan and a LeBron fan? That shit is kind of.
And a Heat fan.
I love LeBron though, even before he started fucking on us.
There's nothing over the years I've seen him tell me that represented that he likes LeBron.
Yeah.
Never seen him in a LeBron shirt,
No,
jersey, shoes, nothing. Never even talked about LeBron.
I agree.
He's always been his favorite player. Literally,
Yeah.
like our whole life.
This is a coming out.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The closet brought sexual.
Yeah, closet. Oh, closet
He had
bisexual.
like LeBron soldiers for like 10 years. That
Yo,
was
I guess after the last two free throws last night, he had to come out.
That's
20 years later.
Yeah.
Oh man. Moving along to my left, Mohit Roshan. No, sorry, Mohit Batra. Also another great doctor we have amongst us, but I don't really give a shit about him otherwise. Introduce yourself, what you rep, and your favorite team.
All right. Well, I'm Mohit, born in Flushing, raised in Long Island, and I'm always repping my boy D Wade. So I'm a Heat fan for life. But today I gotta, give flowers where due.
Yes.
We'll
talk about that.
To some other team.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later for sure. And then to my right, the token guy.
Gorajat.
Where are you from?
The Young LA ambassador. I mean,
I'm David.
wait, Fanatics ambassador or Young LA ambassador? You're rocking
Are you
the
done?
or the Gymshark ambassador.
You done?
What stocks you got on?
Is it your turn?
Oh, the Nike ambassador. Okay, never mind.
All right.
You're a walking ad.
Where were you, David?
Born and raised in Queens. Still in the trenches. We're talking about this next day.
Wait, what happened?
Still in the trenches.
Oh, we in the trenches, baby.
Been in the trenches.
Telling you, man. The minute we outside these trenches and we in the parade, oh my God, I might cry.
City's burning down.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Empire State Building, gotta go.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for
He's definitely cropped that out.
My name's Avi. I love the Knicks to death. I will go streaking in Madison Square Garden if I could. If they win the chip, definitely going streaking. I'll take anybody with me if you guys want to come.
No.
If not,
I really respectfully decline.
all right, fuck you guys.
Well, it's a good way to keep your clothes on.
Yeah.
That's the Knicks aren't fucking wearing anything.
It's cold outside.
I mean,
I'll bail you out so I can't join you.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith got you going to the Eastern Conference Finals, so.
He's a casual.
Steven's casual, bro.
Crazy.
That's actually a good topic to talk about.
Yeah,
How
we'll definitely get there. Today.
how he's really
Knicks are not getting any
a hindrance to the Knicks' success. Then
Knicks are not getting any hardware, sorry, but we do have some hardware that Letty has today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us slightly about the hardware you brought, and we're gonna do this every podcast. All right.
Yeah, we are.
We have
So, the first one. So
Yeah, bring that here. Let me
put
see.
some thought into it. Is the young Bronco. It's a royal bottle. So I kind of put some thought into it. I know you guys prefer like a sweeter than a
This is
smokier, like a less peaty taste. So I had this one. I've never had it personally, but it came highly recommended by somebody that I trust with my whiskey. And actually, this bottle was received the first. You guys know what a royal warrant is, or no?
No.
So like the royal. So obviously it's Scottish. You know, like a royal warrant is like if you were an official supplier of the royal family. So like it goes, they only use those. So you have to apply for this warrant, and they got their warrant as the first one in 1812.
Oh shit.
So this was the first whiskey that was supplied to the royal family's household. Yeah.
Oh.
So there's only I think only 3 of the royal warrants existed at the time. They were the first one to get it. I don't think there are many out there right now, but it has a royal branding. That's why it's called a royal warrant.
Oh, it's gonna be hard.
Did they do that to like prevent like any poisoning to the royal family, so like you can't kill them or
I
anything
think
of
it's
that
just
sort?
like a label, like being knighted, right?
Gotcha.
It's kind of that kind of. It puts you in a different level.
You got it to Michelin stuff.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
exactly. That's like
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
school
yeah.
Michelin star.
Basically.
It's like a Michelin star, but to the royal family, it's like a full vetted.
Yeah, we don't have to look
No.
over our shoulder.
It's like a company.
They
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
the company as like the employees.
Actually,
as
that'd
well
be cool.
as
Yeah.
the company
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, no,
You
you guys.
pour this out.
Only 6% out.
Yeah.
I think all scotches, no?
That's stronger, yeah.
Yeah?
It's on the, so it has a little bit kick to it. I've never had it, but it's supposed to has a little bite also as in the alcohol content, but it's supposed to be a really
What does it
nice
mean?
sherry
Has a what?
cask
That looks like a
finish.
nice bottle.
Like,
it's a way.
it has a little bit of a
Yes.
Macallan look
Content
to
is
it,
strong. Yeah.
but it's definitely on the nicer sherry. Yeah, I think we prefer like a roll. We prefer the Balvenie
My
kind of
shoulder's messed up.
taste.
Instant replay, real quick.
Let's finish.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was it. You guys, I let
Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for the bottle.
Thank you.
Thank you for the bottle.
Yeah,
Can't wait
yeah.
to try that.
that.
Probably should have opened.
I mean, obviously, I think we like all to kind of get the nose and
Right.
our thoughts, and then
We'll
taste
pour
as
it.
well
We
after.
should give a rating.
Yeah, of course. I think 1 to 10. I don't know how we want
Yeah,
to kind of
I
have
think that's a
that.
good one.
Yeah. I guess with time, people will.
But everyone's profile is different. Like I like a peatier whiskey
Yeah,
sometimes.
I'm on the
so
less
you might
peatier
not,
end.
you know. So it doesn't mean it's bad,
Do it.
right? It's just your
Preference.
yeah, exactly.
Alright.
But this is the first bottle we're opening here.
Yeah,
So.
To be clear, we're not chugging.
No,
I have,
No, no, this
I have
is-
a question.
None
Where-
of this stuff is like to chug.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
yo, you think the royal family? You think the royal
think-
family is chugging?
No,
Yeah,
like,
you must
no.
say, yo, bring that royal warrant over. I need to chug. Yo.
Yeah,
1812. They got a Michelin star since 1812.
crazy, right?
Right? That's 200
Yeah.
years.
There's definitely extra noise of the glasses sliding on the tables. Yo.
Yeah, that slide.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I mean, you guys. I mean, we
I had
can
to
go
smell
around the
that. I had to
table.
smell that before I drank it.
and
Yo, I
see
normally don't
what
do
you
that.
guys get. Like, if you could identify how I like if I can identify some sort of note in there.
Yeah. Let's just all take a sip real quick. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the first
Cheers,
episode, boys.
Cheers
Thank
to the
you.
trial run. Cheers to the trial run, boys.
Here's the trial.
This is a grown man's.
That's smooth.
This is some adult shit.
Sweet though, a little bit too.
Oh,
no?
usually when
I
I
like
drink,
the sweeter, though.
it hits me a little bit. This is smooth.
Yeah,
It's smooth.
Wow, that one like
nothing.
Straight
Right?
out nice.
pause.
I didn't say that. He said that. It was straight down.
You said it was straight. It was straight down, dude.
Thoughts
Yeah,
on
there's
these
like no-
expensive whiskeys or expensive tequilas. Like I know we have some people on the table that love their tequilas, that love their whiskeys. I'm just trying to figure out, is it always worth it? Because I know sometimes we just drink to drink, right? And sometimes we drink for taste, but how often does that happen? What's the balance?
I think it's about quality, right? If you have experience knowing what good quality is, you know the difference. Obviously, if you don't have that experience, you don't know. It's the same thing like glasses. Like people buy cheap glasses versus like $2,000 glasses. You won't know the difference until you actually wear both. But people don't know sometimes. So
It's also about occasion, though, right? Like he was saying, like we have sometimes we just drink to drink. You're not going to bring a $200 bottle to drink. You're going to bring something a little more plausible.
Yeah, to me, I think it's the type of night that I'm
Yeah.
walking
Type of
into.
company.
This is a
You
special
know, if
situation.
it's just like
More
three of us
special
just
bottle.
watching the game, then it's like, all right, let's pop open a nice $200 bottle, whatever, let's cherish it. If I'm going there, I know it's like 9 of us, and it's a marathon. At that point,
Now one person's adding whiskey or soda to the whiskey.
oh yeah,
Ruin it. Like
Yeah, what's the point of
Hi, Johnny.
expensive liquor for that?
Jameson.
No, so they say their rule is like you should have like, I mean, I guess some of us are alcoholics, some are not. I am. So like you,
Yo, it only took the trial run.
nah. So they say you have to have like an everyday pour. It's an everyday pour. Like you're like it's a little bit of cheaper bottle. You're not gonna pour
Oh
yeah.
$120 bottle for an everyday pour. That is like a Friday night pour, a little bit
Yeah.
elevated,
That's
special
Levels of it.
occasion, and then like a celebration. So those are like 4
Yeah.
categories
That's a
that
great
people
tier.
generally.
Wait, I got
kinda
every
get
day,
into.
Friday, occasion, and celebration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like occasion to like impress somebody.
Yeah.
Because you have a
What do we call
celebration.
this? Tier
This is
three,
an
tier
entry
four.
level. So this was $79. It's an entry level.
Oh.
It's not too bad.
Oh, it don't taste
It
like
was
it's
dressed up.
Yeah.
It was dressed up like it's over
Yeah,
over
no,
$100
so
bucks.
It's
The bottle.
but this is technically entry level.
Yeah.
So like this could be for some people an everyday pour or a Friday night pour.
Damn.
You know, it's not bad.
Actually, I don't. That's not bad for a Friday night pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's better than the blend that we normally get.
I actually like that better
One's
than
an
the
everyday one,
Planish,
Yeah.
whatever one
yeah,
that one
I
is.
think it's like it's all relative, right? Like you're
Nothing to do with it.
So much for a dry January. Right?
yo for if you're spending $150,
Yeah.
you know, and then buying this, then it might not make sense, right?
Yeah.
Not for
Grab 2 of these
Little
instead.
sprinkle ginger.
No, I come down to Centauri sometimes. Like Glen is like what, $56, $57, right? For the 750 or
Yeah.
the 12 year or whatever. The green box, that one.
Yeah.
I get the Centauri for like $37, $36.
Yeah.
It's not a
The
huge
bottle's
difference.
nice too.
The bottle's great. It's like $20 cheaper.
I feel there's a difference.
No,
But
there
even
is a
the-
difference.
For
Absolutely.
sure, but you know that though.
But eventually,
I mean, even the Founders Reserve, Glenn, I don't.
Oh,
For $95, you're gonna handle. And like I said, if there's 9 of us drinking and it's a marathon, that's a great
Thing
bottle.
is, like, yo, if my girl's like, yo, I want to drink,
You mean your wife?
my
You're
wife,
actually gonna
sorry,
see this, right?
that's fine. But she's not gonna see this.
That's fine. She's not interested in this.
No, I'm just thinking.
Yo, like things like you have my tequila. Like I'm not giving tequila. What?
speak up.
Pitch.
Speak up. You
Oh, my mic is right
I'm gonna
here.
be mumbling.
No, he's probably picked up the bump.
No, if anything, I can turn up his volume in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I feel like just look. I want to hate this. I don't want to keep saying this word.
Some bass in your
Articulate.
voice, like some,
Yeah.
But the good thing is, at least hopefully on this podcast, we'll go on a journey of trying different whiskeys, different tequilas.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll do blind taste tests, right? So we will know who actually has a good palate,
Yeah.
who can
I like that.
taste
I like that
liquor,
idea.
Yo,
Yo,
expensive liquor.
Damn. I know this was
Yeah.
cool, bro.
Yo, you'd be surprised with a blind test that some of the cheaper stuff is
It's
better.
better, especially when it comes to
But
tequila.
also, what you train your palate on too, like
But the thing is, like, I mean, everyone, like, some people like tequila, some people like whiskey. So I'm sure we'll go through the tequila section
It's
as
like-
well.
They did a blind test on coffee a while back. You know that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
You know what's the
the
best
texture, right?
coffee that came out?
McDonald's?
McDonald's. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
That shit is
And
crazy.
it's the strongest too, I
Crazy,
think.
yeah.
That like I'm a huge coffee connoisseur.
yeah.
And
People
Yo, my
hate Starbucks.
thing is-
well,
no.
actually, no, I'm not a coffee connoisseur because I think I'm more of just like, give me any caffeine. I just need caffeine. I'm more of a
But
caffeine
yo,
addict
if you're
than a
putting
coffee
sugar in your coffee, then
everything
it doesn't matter.
fan. You crash
Then
it.
the
Black
taste doesn't
coffee is where
matter.
you
Yeah.
take a look at the
Yeah.
actual quality.
Real
of the
coffee
coffee.
is espresso black.
So espresso is like 60 milligrams of caffeine. A small black coffee is
It's an
200.
extra shot.
I heard cold brew has one.
yeah,
Cold brew does have
It
more.
does. And cold brew has more because it's sitting there marinating.
That nitro.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Nitro's scary.
Nitro's crazy.
Did you
You know-
did you
you know-
know that it
You can't.
Pause for a
can't
sec.
get
Yo, pause for a sec.
venti
Yo,
nitro.
limit the side conversations.
What second?
No, I'm just saying. Just FYI. Limit the side conversations.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, I'll hold it down.
No, you can't get a venti in the nitro because the
Yeah.
caffeine content they can't legally sell.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that football
Yeah.
coach that drinks 2 ventis in the morning?
Oh, the Lions coach.
Yeah.
Was the Lions coach?
Yeah,
But yo,
yeah.
have you seen him though?
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen him? Like he definitely has some sort of like. high-
No, and then
He's a
he
football
gets
player.
2 larges, what, 2 shots of espresso in him or something like that? He gets a red eye,
In the
right?
morning, yeah.
Like again, his job is so intense. Like a football coach has to be so detail oriented. Like he's got to be fully awake, laser focused for like 8, 9, 10 hours just studying.
Also, these
Then there's
football
Andy Reid
players
doing a
take like
cheeseburger afterwards.
no, these football players take pre-workout like 3 times a day for their workout. So their
I think it's-
caffeine
yeah.
intake, they're so like they have such a high threshold they could drink a lot.
There was
It's more than just caffeine that
Oh,
they're
yeah.
taking.
Oh
so.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, black coffee. If you leave it out, like, and you reheat it in the microwave, and you leave it out, or you reheat it, it becomes an aphrodisiac.
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
It's like a drug.
Aphrodisiac
it's like
it
sexual.
puts you in the mood.
Yeah.
Like chocolate. is
Sexual
considered-
arousal.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Yeah, it changes. Yeah, it
Yeah.
adds like
Like I think
like
pineapple is
yeah,
one
yeah,
of them too, right?
Oysters.
intoxication qualities. I thought
Yeah.
pineapple was something like that.
I don't know.
Wait, who drinks coffee here?
Yeah.
What's your go-to favorite coffee brand and go-to order?
I have two.
Okay.
Starbucks black venti ice or Nespresso black. I like the Melozio, sorry.
Oh, Melosio's
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
The gold, yellow gold
Yeah.
ashes.
Bougie conversation.
I'm a big fan of the blonde espresso shots at Starbucks.
Blonde espresso shot.
Yeah.
You just take the shot by itself.
Yeah, you can get it on ice. I usually get it on ice. The blonde usually has higher caffeine content than the regular espresso shot. So I'll have like 2 espresso blonde shots on ice in the morning time, or I'll have a cup of iced black coffee.
Wow.
What's
So you
yours?
only have one a day?
No, then I have one at lunchtime to bring me to the
Finish
bring me
line.
to the finish line at 5 p.m.
I take a nap if I
and then 6 p.m. is pre-workout, or 7 p.m. is pre-workout.
Damn, it's like
2
Wait.
cups of coffee.
Bro,
Sorry.
yeah, must be going tuck tuck
No
tuck.
wonder we
tuck.
don't go to sleep.
Yeah. No,
no,
I'm
he sleeps during the day. He's sleeping all
It
the
was
time.
just crash, I think. Sorry, before we get off this topic, can we rate this? So we have a track record
Yeah,
of our first. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Hosty with the mosty.
Hey man, this is I love my whiskey. This is definitely up there.
This is pretty.
I'm not gonna lie. After a couple of sips, it tends to get smoother and smoother.
Yeah.
With ice is probably much smoother. I know you're an ice guy.
Looks like Ash got a new Friday night drink.
If that cup had 1 cube of ice in it, it would have been done.
I don't know. I don't think so. But this bottle is actually rebranded 2 years ago. They used to have they changed their whole process. So I don't want to get not a whiskey podcast, but I don't want to get too into it. So there's like only 3-4 big distilleries or distributors of alcohol in the U.S. It's Diageo. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
US or
I heard Bellagio.
I think U.S. I don't know. Diageo. Have you heard of it?
No.
So this is actually owned by Bacardi via Dewar's.
oh,
But they were obviously their own distillery, but they were bought out by Dewar's and Bacardi thereafter. But like it's Diageo, Bacardi, and a couple others. But like this is a Bacardi Dewar's brand.
You know that Bacardi factory in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I went.
I
one
wish I
time.
went.
I went. You can do
Sure,
your
close,
own. You can make your own cocktail there.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
fire.
Remember it.
It's
Doing
just. I don't think it
renovations.
smells there.
What do you mean? Like it smells like
When
what?
you're like making alcohol, the whole
The combination of
stinks,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The distillation of it.
I don't know if
Alright,
I don't know if I could give a rating. You go ahead first.
I mean, because I already know. I would say this is a 7.5 for me.
I was gonna say 8 for me.
Yeah, I like 8.
I was gonna say 7.
I was gonna say 7 as well.
7.75.
Oh wow, the way we talked about it, and then I hear the
Yeah.
names. I mean, I don't want to give it a number because I don't drink whiskey like that, but
If you had to.
if I had to recommend this to someone, I would say I would recommend it.
Yeah. I mean, 7.5 is not a bad
I feel
score.
like anything above like a 9.
You're gonna give a rating?
It's the best
Give it
one
7.
we've had. You know.
I guess also depends how you're rating it.
So you rating Glenlivet over this?
No, Oban. I like
Alvini.
Alvini. Like the minute you
But
taste
those
that,
are $90 bottles,
Yeah.
$95, $100
Yeah.
bottles.
but no, you notice with the first sips the difference in those bottles.
So how many
Compared to
dollar
this
signs?
one,
It's like $2 signs technically that you
I
would
would
rate.
say it's like a 3 out of 5.
$3, 3 out of
yeah.
5.
Like Oban would
And
be
overall,
4.
we'll give me like a 7.5, 7.5.
That's what I said. I mean, we can keep track of this.
So it's
we
between
know where
7
we
and
end
8.
up.
It's
Yeah.
between 7 and 8.
It's like a 7.7 seems like it's
the better
average.
choices.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, nice. All right.
That's a great point
Well,
you brought up, man. This is part of the reason why we're doing this podcast, but I definitely want to discuss why we're doing this podcast at this point because we're all in our 30s.
We're all
With a couple of
married.
exceptions.
Couple of
we're all in our
exceptions.
30s. Some of us are married. Some of us have kids. It's crazy, right? Like I didn't realize life was going to change as much as it has after 30 plus wedding and kids or whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to start with the elder statesman here. I'm not going to, put too much on him, but
By
voice
looks
only.
or by age?
no, by age,
Okay.
by biology. If you
Let's go sit Lundy.
But how many good shoulders you have?
I'll go one.
Oh my gosh, strong again.
Yo, the blocker hit.
how did all of us? How did we all get together to do this? In your opinion, like what motivated you to sit here on this table with Kamal?
What motivated me to sit here with Kamal?
In general.
In general, oh, I mean, I'm married into this family. Yeah.
That was the only right answer.
Correct.
Hey, he did ask motivation, right? That was the motivation.
So,
No, I mean-
not by choice.
Being a family man, I mean, having 2 kids, being married for 8 years, you've given so much to your work life, you're giving so much to your family life. You also want to give time to yourself and to the things that you like doing and you enjoy. And what I like doing is hanging out with my friends and drinking, talking about sports. And I think this was a great opportunity when we all thought about doing this together. I was like, okay, why not? Why not give it a shot?
Personal outlet.
Yeah. I don't have expectations, and I'm in it to have a good time and hang out with you guys and talk some sports.
I'm gonna get Kamal last. I want to get Ash in here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why did you want to do this podcast? What made you agree?
Just want to chill with you guys, man. I didn't want to have FOMO, you know. No, I feel like we are an entertaining group, to be honest. Whenever we get together, we shoot the shit. It's just we have good talks, and sometimes we get philosophical, so we drink too much, or get drunk, or get high, and sometimes we just get really rowdy and talk about Knicks versus Heat most of the time,
Yeah.
and how Clay Thompson sucks, and all that nonsense.
There we go.
And yeah, I love it.
Someone had to mention Clay.
So originally, I when we were going over this podcast planning and shit, there was one person or 2 people in particular in the podcast right now that didn't really respond much. So I'm curious to hear what they have to say. There's this guy, my boy David over here, ultra busy somehow, right? I'm wondering, how did you want to become a part of this? Is it just to not have FOMO? Is it because you wanted to be the only white guy with us? Is it because you love us so much that you considered this a part of the conversation? You felt like it was necessary for your input.
I just kind of along what I said. I just love hanging out with you guys. I mean, it's definitely an opportunity to see the boys as much as possible.
Do you think for all the viewers out there, do you think people could relate to what you have to say?
I don't know. We'll find out.
And that's the beauty of it. I want to get to Mo right now too. Do you think this podcast is worth doing if no one's watching?
Yes. It's an excuse for us to shoot the shit. But for me, I feel like sometimes I don't like wasting time, and I feel like sometimes if we're just hanging out, I love that because we're just spending time with each other when we don't get time to. Like it's once every month that we really hang out and just do our thing aside from family, friends, and everything just to hang out, which is great, and we cherish it every single time. But I also feel like doing it in this manner allows us to actually have better conversations, whereas half the time we spend time just arguing with each other that does nothing. It doesn't move the needle, right? So I think like it'll be a good way for us to like.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that needle's
We'll get
not
there.
there yet.
We'll get
It's
there.
not there yet. All right, but like it's a good way for us. Like we all come from different backgrounds, professionally, personally, and I think all that will come out. And hey, even if no one's watching us, we're watching each other, and we're all gonna learn something new about each other. And but no, I love it. I think it's a great excuse for us to get together. But it's another way and another outlet for us to show ourselves and learn more about each other.
Labby, what do you think? Did I already get you?
Nah.
I did.
You got the younger one
I'm
better.
getting the goat last. So
Oh.
go ahead.
I think it's just us being us. We have like so many stressors during the day and like week and month that you lose track of like this, right? Like I think we can all agree the older we get, the less we hang out,
For sure.
right? Because we just have family. Your family grows, your business grows, or whatever, and you lose perspective of who you are and what we enjoyed, right? I think universally, there's a lot of things that bring us together. It's basketball. It's like good liquor. I mean.
Just be money.
David likes to drink Bud Light, so I can't say good liquor for everybody, but
Piss water.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's just us to be us. I think when we hang out, like, it's always just a good time, and I think we need to normalize us hanging out because this is kind of how everybody hangs out,
Yeah.
and normalize some of the things that we're going through because I think we are all like from like when we graduated high school, college, transition.
The journey.
Or yeah, just
We're all kind of in a
just
similar
like
chapter.
like everyone's going through it, but everyone acts like they're not going through
I
it,
hate that.
right?
That shit pisses me off.
So that part I think is also important. Like you have your ups and downs, but when we get here, none of that really matters because this is just what we enjoy.
Yeah.
And I want to record some of the shit because a lot of shit I say comes out to be true, and I just want that shit documented. That's it.
KD
Besides that one. Besides that one.
KD to the
You know what I'm
bones.
saying? Yeah.
The ups and downs, the
But-
challenges
Yeah,
that we
how
face.
many of these groups exist individually between other people?
Right.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
true.
that's the main part of it, and also it gives an excuse to us to hang out.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
structured.
who knows? Maybe we could learn something from other people
Yeah.
after they hear us, and maybe we might need advice that maybe we are just
For
too
sure.
young enough to not be able to give ourselves,
Yeah.
and someone else can give it to us too. So I think it goes both ways.
That's
Sure.
facts. All right, and I have to get to the goat at some point. This guy drops bars on regular.
We need to-
I'm here just so I could witness each other giving the floor to each other. I never seen that before. We're always interrupting each other, so I just want to see us finish statements and perspectives and actually listen to each other. So I feel like that'd be cool. But all jokes aside, I think we all come from very diverse backgrounds. I feel like we. Well, no, as in like a work background, as in
I think
like
he means professionally.
professionally, and I feel like we all learn from whatever we're doing, and then we kind of could reconnect and kind of share what we learned.
Yeah.
And then
Sure.
Ice.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
We need an ice break, really.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, put some in line.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
we're getting for reason.
Freezing.
No, that's a great reason to have a podcast. I just wanted to add to what Umar said. The craziest thing is people front so much.
so much.
I don't know about which minority does it the most, but I know Indian people do it a lot. A lot. Like
Gotta be
brown
top three.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
brown
top-
people-
we gotta be top three.
Top
fronters.
three.
For sure.
I don't know what the other two are, but
Bro,
Brown is in
if
there.
I have a Hyundai Elantra, I'm gonna call it a Corvette. Right? That's just how it goes sometimes. And I don't like that. Like, I feel like if we could stop lying to ourselves as a human, like, as a race, or even as just human beings, if we could stop lying to ourselves
Yeah.
about stuff, like, it's
I'm also
okay.
missing
It's okay to be regular sometimes.
I know.
It's okay to not have your shit together at all times. Like you're not. Like there's no way. From my experience, maybe there's someone out there that exists that does have it, but there's no way you can have all your shit together personally, professionally, family,
Physically, mentally,
actively. Yeah, like there's no way. No one's checking all those boxes. If anyone's out there, hit me up, bro, because I want to know how the fuck you doing it.
I think that's why I think that 25
Right?
that 25 to 35 years of
Yeah.
age is the hardest.
How can they reach out to you?
My email's down below.
No, that's why I think that age, that 25 to 35 years of age, that bracket is probably one of the most hardest on you mentally because you don't have your shit together. The fucking clock is ticking. If you have a girl, they're on you.
Her clock is ticking.
Her clock, yeah.
No, the issue there's a certain timeline. There's some sort of predetermined timeline for you. You have to have all of these boxes checked
Yeah.
at whatever time. Which
Yeah.
it's kind of hard, right?
But I think,
but let's acknowledge it.
Yes. I think
That's
another important thing to realize is that everyone goes through it. And I feel like that's something like that has to be said.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like that's so hard, right? Because like you only know what you're going through.
Yeah,
It's so hard for someone else to know what you're going through
for sure.
until you communicate and you know what's going on, right? But physically, you literally will not know everything that's going on with someone to be like, "Yo, I can help you out with this, or I can do this for you," because there's so many factors.
Yeah,
That's
people,
life.
people don't open up, right? People don't open up
Yeah.
because they don't feel safe enough. But I'm not saying this is a safe space for us to open up, but I don't know if we're there yet. But
But you have to be vulnerable at times.
Yeah.
yeah. But I also when it comes to what happens is human nature to just you see one guy doing one thing and it's in your nature to be like, oh, why am I not there? Why am I not topping that?
So where do you use
Yeah,
other
that's just
people
the
as a
way we are
benchmark?
built. That's how we're wired. But I think I personally, I believe that everybody has their own timeline. There is no thing as by 30 you have to have this, by 35 you have to have this. I think you have your own timeline. You will hit it when you're there. That's just how the universe works. That's my personal belief. But
Yeah, also like your measure of success is different than
Exactly,
somebody else's measure
exactly.
of success. We all don't need to make whatever, or we all don't need
it
to
would be
have
nice.
however many
For you,
family or
maybe.
kids, or we also
Yeah.
don't need to have whatever number or whatever you're
Right. The
predetermined for
metrics
you.
are different for everyone, right?
Right?
Well, you start
For
to
some people,
value
success is
different
spending more
things,
time with your
right?
family.
So it's
right?
like
Financial
if
freedom.
you make X amount of dollars, and then it's like, do I want to stay home with the kids and actually like have a Saturday, Sunday, and sacrifice money? And it depends on if you're ready
Yeah.
for that, right? Like
You know what that's called, right? It's called the golden handcuffs. It's called that when you are paid, like most executives at major companies, they have this where your salary is so good that it's hard to walk away from,
yeah,
but you literally don't spend time with your kids and family.
right.
But you're like, yo, why would I give up this 800,000 with
Yeah.
the bonus because that's so good to me? I can provide this lifestyle for my family, but literally you're not there for your
The
family.
foundation,
Sure, yeah.
there's nothing there.
So, and then you're at 55, 60, and you're like, where'd my life go? I made so much money, but
Your
I don't
kids
really
don't
have
even talk to
shit
you.
to show for it. And your kids don't even like you.
Yep.
So you reel us back in now.
Oh yeah,
That's
man.
not the part.
That's where you going with us. You gotta reel us back. You gotta reel us back. You going with it.
I was happy with that. I
I feel like that was one of our most productive segments.
Yo, for real. Yo, Bakla hitting.
It's Bakla. Fucking Bakla dessert.
Yo, you hungry?
Yo, Baklava hitting.
Dessert would hit.
Yo, how many of you guys would actually take less money to spend more time with your family?
It depends what's less money. Like, where am I at? If I make it, if I make it, let's say 200,000,
You tell us.
right? If I make it 200,000, do I need to make 500,000? Like
I don't know. I'm asking you.
at that point, not really. No, I'm okay.
I mean, I've been working from home for the past 3 years. I think I have a great balance. I spend more time with my kids, and I got a decent amount of time with work.
Yeah, COVID changed a lot.
Yeah.
COVID
Yeah, for
is-
sure.
Oh, you can't say that. Okay.
A younger one, he
There's a
probably
virus
doesn't know what it's to be without me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he sees me every single day for like the whole day.
I think we're saying it's changed the world, how it's set up,
How
and
we function.
how we function for sure.
In a good way and bad way.
It's shifting back now, though.
Yeah, I think it's good because yes, you get to do all the things that people you couldn't have, but I feel like the quality of work has gone down
Oh,
and
for
your
sure.
work ethic has gone down because those that work from home don't have that same drive and the same supervision that they would if they were in the office. Or like
I mean, I'm a self-sufficient. I would argue.
Data says
I would
otherwise.
argue.
The way they're
It also,
People don't
depends,
want
it
to-
also depends on the field.
yeah.
Right. also don't wanna
different
work.
different
That's
jobs
another
don't require as much supervision. It's pretty much a task-based basis.
Yeah.
Like as long as you do what you need to do, it doesn't matter the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you tell somebody that they have to complete something by Friday,
Because
it
Because
doesn't
my
matter if
job,
you do it
my job, I'm a salaried employee, right? Like I get a bonus at the end of the year, but I don't get anything for doing anything extra. If I go above and beyond, I get a pat on the back. Why would I go above and beyond? I'm working from where I do what I'm supposed to do,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Right.
That's what you know. But you could argue for other jobs people don't want to work.
I mean, I think it's hard to say a blanket statement. I think that people are working less. I think productivity has gone up. But like thing is like when you're in the office, like if you're in the office, you're there, you're working. Once you go home, you're done. Now that barrier is broken because now you get an email at 10 p.m. You're like, okay, maybe this
Yeah.
requires my attention. You can hop on the computer and they kind of know that gray line
Yeah.
is shifted.
Even like schools, same thing. How like
Yeah.
they shifted online teaching, right? Now they don't get snow days anymore. Why? Because now if it's a snow day,
A hybrid day.
it's a hybrid day.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
teach you from home, and that's an evolution that
Yeah.
I think in a way COVID opened that door to become more technologically savvy in a way. Like my mom, she never knew how to use a Chromebook and how she could use it. Like people had to adapt to those changes, and
Yeah.
I think it definitely exposed a lot of flaws. And
Schools were already like at least when I was there, like when I was in high school.
Last year.
No, I mean when I was in high school, like my grade was the last grade to use books. So
but
who picked the table?
It's all good, bro.
I'm trying to curl up my knee.
Oh, time out.
We gotta
Bakla hitting.
Yo, Baklava hitting.
This guy said, "Let me pour a glass real quick."
What is that?
That's not on me. That is.
I blame you. You started that.
That is not on the table.
Butterfly effect? So you just poured that.
What's
Yo,
the
here,
score
I
of
got
the
a
game?
napkin. I got a napkin.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the score of the game right
Yo,
now.
bro, you guys supposed to keep us together.
I'm sorry.
Yo, also pause that. Yo, pause. Can we pause it or no?
Nah, it's fine. Keep that shit on there.
Keep it. It's
No, I gotta put it in.
yeah, pause it.
Chiefs up 14-7.
Oh yeah.
Pacheco scored a touchdown, eh?
Did he? Yeah, Pacheco did score.
No, I made that up. I have no idea.
No, look.
Let's go. Second quarter.
Yeah, 409.
Yo,
Ravens up the ball.
Ash, keep speaking shit into Yo, by the way, I'll talk about it on the podcast. Something I want to talk about. Oh, he's blaming
I don't
me,
think
bro.
It's bad. I think it's
No, it's okay.
It's good. No.
Damn, the build-up was
70
crazy, and then everybody's like 7. I was like, what? It's
No,
a
but
royal
it's like, yo,
fucking-
but like, yo,
It's a royal. What is it called? What do you call it? Royal what?
Royal Merit?
No,
Royal warrant.
Royal warrant.
Yo, you can't start with the best shit, bro.
Yeah,
Because then
Yeah,
you
you're
were.
right. Yeah.
It's very difficult. This is a good beginning, and then you know what's good and what's not.
Yo, and no, we also don't have any credibility. We fucking say it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
This is a big tier. This is a
Something
big
like
tier.
yours just ass.
But yo, no, like it's smooth, no?
Yeah.
Very
Yo,
smooth.
what we should do is actually keep a little bit, and then like when we do, let's say, all right, we can get another bottle. Doesn't matter.
Yo, I think every of these bottles we should
We
keep
save. Yeah.
and write a number on it.
Yeah.
So I think today
Oh, that's
was
dope.
7.7 for
Oh,
this.
Can't throw it out.
Yeah.
And then
throw it
you
out.
should
Throw it in
keep
the corner.
moving it up and down.
Yeah. That's it.
Don't throw it out. Write a number on top. That's what we rated it.
Yeah.
7.7, I think, was
I
the
got a pen.
average
I
score
got a
today.
pen. I got a pen.
No, don't write it. No, don't fuck up the bottle. We'll put it in the bottle.
We're
Or
gonna have like a
something.
post-it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives me very McAllen vibes, though.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But McAllen is, I think, much pricier than this.
McAllen is spicy. McAllen's more sweeter though. I think.
Yo, Ash. Also, it tastes 10 times better with ice.
I would say.
It tastes
He's
better.
not getting any looks, man.
Twist, not?
Wait, let me
Who?
check the
He's not getting any looks.
I'll check
Who?
the start.
Oh, he scored a touchdown last time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
now
the Raiders, right?
Yeah,
but they
Chicago Wolves lost to
Because
the
if he's getting charged,
I know, man.
Yeah, I know, bro.
I want to transition COVID into the bubble.
Yeah.
To basketball.
Make sure you mention my chip.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
gotta put
No, whatever. Abby, you can't get lost in the sauce, my man. You get lost in the sauce.
You're falling.
Abby, you need
You're
to-
falling asleep. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta fix your.
I need you. Should I get you a cup of coffee from
I don't know if the conversation was so real.
The conversation was real, though. The conversation
Yo, we
was
should have
real.
a segment of job.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Job.
Chris spiced up.
Yeah.
All right.
Nigga, this is the segment of style right here.
No, but yo, he has to reel us in. We get to keep
Abby
going.
was swimming with us. That was
Honestly,
good,
it's
right? Yeah.
I feel like we got a nice flow. We weren't having side combos and
This
like.
nigga dropped the drink.
I do what? Until he dropped the.
I'll be like, yo, this shit tastes so good.
I honestly was confused. I'm like, the bottle didn't fall.
Yeah, why did the drink fall? I don't understand.
Because you hit the table.
So,
You
he caught the mic with the drink in his hand,
And then
and
hit-
as he was trying to turn the mic to put it back down on the table,
He
the
turned-
drink went
Yo,
off.
he poured one. Let me pour you another one.
Yo, he needed a wake up call
Yo,
anyways,
give my
bro.
man some ice, bro.
Wake up call anyways.
No, he did it on purpose. That
Throw
was
some
Julie's
coffee
Randall.
there. Throw some
that's
coffee
the-
there.
Yo, we have to pour one out for Julius right now.
No, he literally was like, yo, no, it fell.
Let me pour one out for the
Nice.
I was
Miami
expecting he
Heat.
was like for Julie.
That's for the
Let me right?
last W.
Let me pour one out for the Miami Heat.
All my dislocated shoulders. Because they're dynasty.
Yo, listen, shoulder things for lefties is a real thing, alright?
Yeah.
Unlucky phone.
No, for lefties, a lefty, right? Yeah. He's also my right shoulder.
We're back on.
Sorry, we never left.
Oh man! Speaking of viruses, bubble championships have happened in the NBA. We love talking about the NBA a lot. A lot of recent stuff has happened in the NBA. Scoring outbursts on Kobe's 81st 81-point game or whatever. it
Next
was,
week,
right?
taking the
Where's
Oklahoma point.
the defense?
Wait, no.
It's sus.
I mean, the Knicks got it. Not
Do
everybody.
you think they're going like with intention to score like
Yeah,
crazy for
100%.
Kobe?
It's sus.
When
It's sus,
Oscar
it's sus.
tries to score when he's playing basketball, he can score, but he doesn't. He likes to.
I think Cole's begging to disagree on that one.
What do you have to say about
I
it?
know he can
got the
score.
clamps on me,
He
bro.
can score.
Got the clamps.
He can score. He can score. Back in the
Nah,
day, I was OG.
like everybody else is saying on their podcast, there's no defense being played.
No, but this week is ridiculous.
Crazy.
As Avi mentioned,
Except the Knicks.
this week is
Apparently. The
absurd.
Knicks are what, number one in defense?
Number one defense.
And they got the most winning record or something in the month of January. Something like that.
Since
You know
the
what?
12 and 3, right?
Since
Since
the
the
trade,
trade,
bro.
Since New York got an OG.
Yeah, we got the plus.
Yo.
No, we got the best plus and minus in the whole all
OG's a
30
game
teams.
changer, not gonna lie, man.
It does everything.
I hope
well,
you guys keep that momentum
Not
going
afraid
into
of
the All Star
contact.
break and coming out of the
Plays
All Star
defense for,
break.
like,
You know,
I think what Carmelo said was like the team is built to stop you first. It's not built to score. It's not built to be a high-powered offense. It's built to stop you first, which most teams aren't accustomed to now.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys
They're
got
used to
that
getting
powerful.
easy looks, easy open shots,
Yeah.
easy layups. The teams just are just like, screw it, like it's 2
I'm
points.
telling you, teams will get tired down by game 6, game 5, game 7. The legs are going to be
When-
gone.
when the
You
Knicks
talking
are
about teams that are playing against the Knicks?
No, like in a 7-game series in the
They just-
playoffs.
yeah,
With our
Like,
physicality,
the
yeah.
Knicks are playing like playoff basketball in the regular
Regular
season.
season.
Like they're used to this already, right? Like
I
you
don't know if
see-
they're used to it.
You're saying they're building good habits.
they're building.
Building good-
I mean, that's how you play in the playoffs. Playoffs, they're not.
Bro, they
under-
lose their
like
habits in the
200.
playoffs. You know that, right? They lose those habits that they develop in the regular season. The sparks that you're experiencing right now, if they can carry that over into April and May, great. But in the playoffs, they lose their identity.
Who?
The
Okay.
Knicks?
Are you done? Are you done hating on the Knicks?
I feel like the Knicks-
The
That's
Knicks
crazy.
just found their identity
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Let him get his shit off. Tell me why the Knicks are not a great playoff team.
Look at the record. What have they done?
They haven't made
What
it
do
to
you
the
mean by
playoffs.
what have they done? What is the metric? Like,
When's
when's
the
the
last
standard for
time they
dunk?
made it past the second round?
The metric is do they have any hardware?
So wait, hold on. He asked me a question. He just said the metric is have they made it past the second round. That is a very convenient.
Well, not second. All right, fine.
That's a
all right.
very
First
convenient.
specific last time they made it to the finals.
There's only a few
When's the
teams
last
that
time
have
they
made
made it to the finals? Fine, I'll keep.
Also a very specific thing.
What?
There's only 2 teams every year that go to the
So
finals.
how do you rank a GOAT? By the number of rings.
By rings.
Yeah. So
Let's stop the conversation right there. They have Miami, your favorite team,
I'm
has
not
not
talking
done
about Miami. I'm
anything.
not talking about Miami.
Most-
Keep Miami out of your mouth.
31
Keep
teams.
Miami out of your mouth.
31 teams in the NBA do not get a chip every year.
Mhm.
Just FYI.
Isn't it 30?
29. But he's taking into
There's
account
15,
Seattle.
there's 15 in each conference.
No,
Sorry.
he's taking into account Seattle and.
Oh, I see the argument. I see the argument of he's making. He's basically saying the Knicks are finishing in the same place as Miami every year because they both haven't won.
Yeah.
So like we do in fantasy, like we're all second place.
We all fit
Yeah.
fifth place. So
I-
what's
yo,
that?
Place for last anyway.
We gotta stop claiming second place as a championship. It's not.
What the Knicks are doing
It's not.
differently is before we were losing.
Miami hasn't won anything,
I
bro.
also
You
blame
talk
the
like
fans.
they
No,
I
so-
blame the fans.
so-
I blame the fans.
So we were. No, I think it's the media. I don't think it's
Wait,
the
did
fans.
you get everything out?
No.
All right, you finished.
Go ahead, yeah, you finish
No,
the
yeah,
thought.
let's hear
Why the
it.
Knicks
No,
are
go
not-
No, I
ahead.
like the grave that you were digging. It just
What's
kept getting
missing
deeper.
this year? They're not consistent. They don't have consistency. Yes, they're consistent as the month of January, right? And you're riding on January for them to be consistent. But when have they been ever consistent?
I have a question.
Correct. But they made a trade at the start of January that is allowing them to be a much more cohesive,
Consistent
So,
team.
consistent
I'm
team.
speaking.
So
of
you're
the
speaking
present,
of-
right?
Yes.
Not of the future.
You want to talk about?
So
present?
if you're speaking on the present, then we are consistent.
Let's talk about.
No, but I'm saying you don't know the outcome that they will be in the playoffs.
I don't think
Yeah.
we've been to the playoffs
Nobody
enough
does.
times
Nobody
for us to
does.
judge our playoff activity. I think what needs to be judged about the Knicks is their culture and how they're handling their trade assets because we're very notorious on just giving the barn away.
Emptying the
You know what I
farm.
mean?
for
Emptying the
one
farm.
guy, just
Player development.
Right, so now we're finally developing players. We got McBride on a 4-year, $10 million contract.
What's your question? What's your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the question was the whole the OG trade changed a lot
Bro,
of our
Changed the
dynamic.
I just want to say one thing on that. Like, OG is doing what we need RJ Barrett to do.
Yeah.
He literally cannot hit a corner three,
Or play the
which
passing
OG
lanes.
does, and play defense. RJ was the most mediocre player I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, and he came in with a man's body
And he
at
never
19.
he never learned
Wait,
to shoot.
OG's heavier, has a bigger
Bro,
wingspan
he's
too.
better
right?
defensively.
He's
He's more
defender.
active. Like
Yeah, he's our
RJ was
wing
just
defender.
like he was so
No, he played the
average.
three.
Never. What did RJ Barrett do well? Can anyone tell me?
He his left-handed layups.
He's
He had some
he had
Just
the
started
worst.
finishing this
No,
season.
actually, if you look at the stats, he cannot finish the paint. He's like one of the worst finishers in the paint. So how does he have a left? Like,
I mean, every time I tuned into a Knicks game, he was missing layups.
yeah, Like we remember
Just
watching
like
the Magic game before he got traded. We're like, dude,
Oh,
we can't
dude,
do this
yeah.
anymore. And they
You-
shipped him the next
You
day.
know what
Me
was
and Sophie were watching
you know what was
that
a cool perspective to see? So I have like Canadian side family. They swear they won the trade, and then you speak to New York side. We swear we won the trade.
Which
So
is
it's a
alright,
cool
which is
perspective to
fine.
see.
Which
Compare
is
the
how
teams.
it's-
You compare the
I
teams.
know they
Yeah.
traded Siakam as well, so their team's entire like identity
Rebuilding.
is But like, look at their record and look at ours. Like, obviously, like no matter what, the trade benefited us. We didn't lose.
Yo,
I agree.
I don't know. See, that's
Trade,
what I
No
not
trade types.
trade. Look at the
Not fixing.
trajectory of the
Yeah.
team.
Hold on.
Look where the
I
Knicks
get
are
it.
going. Look where the Raptors are
What if
going.
they were 2-10? What would you be saying? They're not. I get it. They're playing great basketball. I get it. But it's too soon to tell what. Like, how do you evaluate what is a good
Yo,
trade?
I also made a
When
point.
you're 12-3 for the month of
Okay.
January.
Yo,
that's
can,
it.
can,
Just
can I
the month
give an
of January.
example? Can
Well,
I
that's
just
when the
go
trade
ahead
happened.
after you?
Okay,
So
but
that's all the data we have.
He's right, right? Like the month of February, teams can start figuring out a way to start beating the Knicks.
after
That-
All-Star break, it's
Right,
up.
exactly.
I don't know.
Teams again kicking in a high gear, trying to make a playoff push, trying to get better seeding. But the number one thing is that right now where we are consistent. Everything we're doing is we're trying to do the same things every night. Those same things are going well for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the games that we've lost, we haven't gotten the crap kicked out of us.
Yeah.
They've been close games. Like the Knicks are competing every night. And yeah, you can say, oh, this team took off tonight. Oh, this team took it easier. They're on a back-to-back. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a win is a win and a loss is a loss.
No
and
team
they
is
are
coming
winning.
into the Garden saying this is an easy W.
We used to just be
as
like
it was
we used to
before.
just be a check mark on
Yeah.
the schedule.
You guys
Now it's like fuck,
You guys
we got the
remember
Knicks
when,
tonight.
when LeBron was playing that flip the bottle?
Yeah.
On the
Tasty.
sidelines.
Yeah, I remember
So-
those
I was
days.
embarrassed.
That's not happening no more.
Yeah.
No.
That's not happening. Everyone's getting up for MSG now.
Yeah.
No,
Right? They have to.
for sure. So like my thing is like we're talking about the Rozier trade, right? Like they just made this
Which
trade.
I think is a good
They
trade.
need to work
I
in
don't like
hand.
that
They,
trade.
right?
I love
But-
Rozier.
so what I'm saying is like it takes a
Better
little
than Hero.
bit for you to figure out where this person is. He a six man? Is he a starter? Is he a little six man? Is he a starter? The fact that we made this trade and we transitioned into winning basketball right away tells me if that's the baseline, then I'm okay with
Yeah.
where we're heading. No,
I agree.
I agree.
So I have a
if
big-
that's
I
the
have a-
worst we can play while we're trying to figure shit out, then I'm okay with where we're gonna go. No.
So
I mean, the
I
only
have a-
point I
have
made-
a- Go ahead.
The only point I made was that how much like right now it sounds like Knicks win games because of their defense, and that's because OG came in. But when you get into a 7-series game and OG's guarding their best player for 7, he's guarding Jimmy for 7 games.
Yeah.
Stamina, endurance. Can he go score on offense then? And then how many you putting all your eggs in one basket?
We don't look to OG to score.
I
though.
know, but
No,
No, but I get what
OG. You get what I'm saying?
he's
You're
going to be very
relying heavily on OG.
and he plays
in a-
44
But
minutes a
so
night.
does
That's
Jimmy,
it.
who
Guarding
has
the
to
best
play
player.
both sides of the floor.
We need a bench.
Jimmy
At the
Butler
same
has to play
time-
both sides of
Yeah.
the floor. So
It's
It's
great that
it's
that
team
player
basketball.
for us. That player for us is also not he's our third option on offense.
Yeah.
So
Right,
what
so you're
happens
not
in
looking-
No,
what
but the
happens
next
in-
star comes. OG's the 4th option, and OG's okay with that. Which
No,
is
but- no,
what next star is coming?
But the
we have 1 max contract available. We have 9.
This year, we're
first-round
talking about
draft
this
picks.
year. We're talking about this year.
No. For the rest of this season.
This isn't the final product.
yeah, no, it's
No,
not.
I'm saying, but
It's
what this
building
year? What's your hopes for this year? What I'm saying, I'm talking about playoff
Conference
series.
finals.
Yeah,
I
this
agree
year,
with that.
what
I
I'm
like
talking
that,
about,
right?
he's gonna go from either guarding Jimmy to guarding Tatum or Jalen Brown or someone like that.
But what makes
Or
you think he
Giannis.
can't do it?
But I'm saying it gets tougher and tougher every round.
I
No,
agree.
you guys are
Yeah,
heavily
for
relying
sure.
on one guy.
It's not even-
running.
We're
No,
not
it's not.
relying
So
on
if
him.
you
It's
know-
just defensive
He's the
team.
difference. That's
The
why
hardest position in the NBA to get is a wing defender.
I gotta stop.
Andrew Wiggins, they got him. They won the chip. Getting a lockdown wing defender
I also
is
have a point to make.
a
We
very
lost Mitchell Robinson, which is the reason why we're getting so many offensive rebounds, and our defensive rating was up. So we lost him for a majority of the year.
Mhm.
So we had to replace him with another defender, which we got OG. So the fact,
Hartstein replaced
He
him.
got it.
Not the same rim protector as
It's
Mitch
not-
Robinson.
yeah,
Let's be
but-
honest.
But I feel like Hartstein gives you a lot more than Mitchell did.
he's a
Hartstein
better passer than Mitchell.
can switch and guard better. He moves
I
better on
love
his
that
feet.
signing. I
Any
absolutely love that
offensive rebounds.
I'll take Hartstein over Mitchell any day.
signing. I do too.
I would.
I would too.
I have a
But the
question.
fact that they still
You
lost a
love that
primary
signing.
defender like Mitchell Robinson and their defensive rating is still up, that speaks volumes that hey, they might be good with just what they have
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But if they add, let's say, a Mitchell Robinson component to it, it could even bolster it. It's not going to make it worse.
My thing is,
just
if
saying,
you
be
want
on the
to
lookout
pick,
in the
if
series.
you want to poke holes, you can poke holes like, hey, what's your bench? In the playoffs, your bench might not perform on your size or whatever. That fine, okay, maybe we need to add there.
Yep.
You can't say that you're relying on OG. when let's say Mitchell Robinson comes back, we got two great defenders. We got Randall, I don't know if I would say he's a great offensive player. He's a great bucket getter, but I don't like the way he plays offense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying you got OG and Mitch as your defender, Mitchell and then Randall and Jalen Brunson as your offensive guy, and Dante DiVincenzo, second hybrid great
And
player.
Josh Hart,
So
great.
then you're a balanced team on offense.
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah.
That's one thing I want to give
The benches
kudos
might
to
be the
Sonu about.
problem.
I thought that 4-year, $52 million for Dante. I'm like, what are we
Bro,
doing?
he's a champion.
And
bro.
Sonu
He's a
said it from the
champion.
right away. He's like, yo, that's a great pickup. And the way I see him in the starting lineup and how he's meshing with Brunson,
But look how
amazing.
when he came
makes the
to his
passes, he can
potential,
shoot.
but we traded away RJ, who
Yeah.
was just taking up
Yep,
space.
yep.
Yeah, I think
I
5
agree.
years of RJ was more.
So
I could have done 3 years and be.
I have a big question now. There's a
RJ could have been a better player.
Yeah,
You
I think
Knicks
so,
could have
man.
developed him into a better player.
he's
than what
still
he was.
young. He's still
I had
developing.
more
He's
faith in
23.
Quickly than I had in RJ.
You know, there's
Yeah.
only 4 players that average 25, 5, and 5, and RJ's part
Look,
of
Hold on.
it. So we
That's
can't,
valid.
we can't take
Mo has
everything
a
from
question
him.
about the developmental.
Yeah.
25-5.
Sucks. It sucks for us.
RJ.
So quickly,
He
not a good
averaged
player?
25 points in the season.
I
Yeah.
think he's a good NBA
25.
player, like probably a great bench player.
RJ Barrett averaged 25 points for a season?
No.
No way.
RJ.
Relative value, I think he was good.
Is Grimes an NBA player?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he as good as Max Strus?
Different roles.
Ooh, I like that.
Different roles. Different roles. Max
He's the-
Strus is better.
he's
Different
the-
roles, though.
Nice. I like Max Strus a lot.
I like that. Yo, he got some secret bungees, yo.
Talk about big time
That's
shots.
great to get up.
Hit them in slam slash.
Yeah.
My thing is Grimes should be a point guard. He doesn't have the ball handling to be a point guard. He should be a point guard. He should be the backup point guard, but he's not though.
But my thing with Knicks, especially the Knicks, is when Randall went off that one season that they made it past the Hawks, that one playoff, he did great, right? I feel like after that, all the teams were able to read him. He did not develop his game, and that's on the organization to
I just want
to do that.
I just want to interject and say, Cap, Randall has been great.
Who's?
Oh, so I think Randall has been great in New York. I think he's been great. I think every year, yeah. Like think about it. Every time he goes to the high post, think about we used to complain so much about how Randall dribbles too much, right?
Yeah.
That was his biggest issue. He would turn the ball over all the time. Now he goes into the paint, let Jalen Brunson handle the ball most of the time. And then when he gets to the post, what's the first thing that happened in that Miami game? Double.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to kick out of it. He
Yeah.
doesn't know how to kick out of the double
Yep.
team. Still he
But
doesn't.
But this year is his most well-behaved season. I'm not
He
sold
only
on him.
took 2 shot attempts the first half or first quarter against Miami.
Yeah.
But thing is, my thing, he hasn't still taken the way to when to know to give up the
Yes,
ball.
I
He
agree.
doesn't do it. I watch him,
Yes, I
and we're
agree.
just like, bro,
But
like give it up, you'll get it back.
He's less frustrating this year. Last season, he was so
But he
frustrating
didn't start
to
out
watch.
great this year, though. I don't know if you remember.
from his
Ankle surgery.
Yeah.
Stars are stars. They're born to be great. Brunson, he's great. Like you can't develop greatness. Like you are great. You are
Whoa.
great.
No, I think like Miami does a great job developing some players.
But I'm saying like star players, like they have a package, right? Like it's hard to move that needle with the package, right? Let's say you have a Duncan Robinson or a Matt Strus. You could develop shooters into drivers into other ways, defensively or offensively, right? For the Knicks, I'm sorry, I don't see any development. I don't see any skills that they add to players to make them a better
I
player.
I
agree.
agree with that. That's why we signed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
don't think
we
so.
saw
have a development
a
team.
hidden gem in Brunson, which Dallas didn't think they had.
Yeah.
We took it from them, and now they regret it.
You know the league hates us for what we did with Brunson.
Because he signed his dad.
No, not even the dad. We're going to opposing arenas. Literally, the whole Knicks executive
Randall was
having courtside seats while him wearing a Dallas jersey. Like that's crazy disrespectful.
Mo, back to that point, I disagree. Because do you realize Steph Curry didn't really play his first 4 years? He was like he buried behind Monte Ellis.
That's
and
why
all
he
these guys.
signed 4 years.
So you could have. Let me
You're right,
finish.
you're right.
You could have wrote this. You could have wrote Steph Curry off then. Everyone, I think, mostly did. He
Well,
didn't
even
really
Steph Curry himself
transition.
wrote himself off.
Yeah, he had a lot of ankle injuries and
Yeah,
all that
2
stuff.
surgeries, 2
He
minutes.
didn't
Signed, what,
really
4 years,
fruition
44
till
million.
his
That's a
5th and
team
6th
contract.
year. So I'm not saying.
Not-
wait, let me
Okay, go
finish. I'm not saying the writing like RJ Barrett, for example. We're not saying he's a bad player or he never will be
That's
good,
not what I'm saying.
right? he can still be good, but
He has
in New York
potential.
is very different. The potential is there, but the development point, like we tried, we gave him more time than was warranted, I think.
And he's still only 23.
Yeah, he's young, but like maybe this is not what he needs for his development.
Yeah.
It could work out for him too.
He's
in
the
Toronto.
first rookie we've extended since who? Jamal Crawford,
I think
something like
him
that?
and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, like we don't extend rookies. Like we don't even let
So like
rookies
Steph
play out their
Curry, you
contracts.
could have been like Steph Curry's washed after 4 or 5 years.
Imagine
but
they traded
didn't
him
do
to
that.
Milwaukee instead of
Oh, a lot
Monte
of good
Ellis.
players don't get burned. Dante Exum's a great player. He wasn't getting any burn in
Look,
Utah.
yo, he killed it.
Yo, what happened? Jason Kidd said he was going to be starting, but now he's not starting.
Isn't he hurt?
He's
hurt?
hurt. Kyrie was in and out of the lineup.
I think
right
Dante
now.
Exum always had issues with injuries in his whole
Yeah.
his
He
whole
also
career.
played abroad, no?
Yeah, he was in the
But
same
you
team
know, I
as
think development.
Australia.
Yeah, the Knicks historically have not been.
Or
good
the
at
culture, I guess.
So I have a question,
But also
and I think
Harden,
this
New
is
York.
a
Even though
big
it's also
team
probably
constructing
the worst
question, Avi. What do you think
The only-
OG's
he doesn't play
annual
rookies. He doesn't play
annual
rookies.
contract is looking for our cap next season? Because he needs to be extended. OG Anobi,
Yeah.
right? So
But you
so
have to at this point.
but we
for
opened
what
up.
you gave up for him.
We opened up the contract value for him in RJ's contract, right? So
Mm-hmm.
RJ was getting what 25 mil a year. I'm thinking OG's probably like around 30 to 32
I was thinking
mil
32, yeah.
annually.
Nah,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, he's going 35.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope
a
not.
3-year 110 would be like ideal.
Ideal,
Best part
yeah.
about his
Oh,
game,
so what you're telling me is that you want a guy to perform, but you don't want to pay him?
No, 3 years.
For cap
100
purposes, yes.
I think he's like 3 years, 110 million.
I think that's a fair
It's
contract.
a good contract.
Yeah.
Or even if you give him 120, like what Kawhi kind of got, like
That's
OG
Kawhi.
That's
No, but I'm saying like he's historically much more healthy. Like OG Anunoby doesn't really miss games. Kawhi plays half the season.
So I think with the Knicks,
But also, what Kawhi brings is the most consistent
he's
offensive
like an
player.
half the time though. You know,
When he
misses-
plays, he's getting you
when
buckets.
he plays. That's like a big if.
I think with the Knicks is that the team is in such a flux right now, and why I think the OG trade is good because it focuses on defense. I feel like with
his mindset.
exactly, and Randall, I think he might be traded at the end of the season, if not at the All Star. I hope at least.
But you can't trade him at the end of the season.
Yeah,
No, they're
signed
willing
and
to not
trade.
gonna trade him now.
He just signed a trade.
Also, shoulder messed up.
Yeah.
But what do you do? What do you get?
Yeah, exactly. You're
So
not getting
what do you
no-
need?
Yeah.
No, but the stars
What do you get,
are
marketing?
available at the
The
end of the
what-
season. They're saying.
I don't want Markkanen more over
So what I'm saying, you trade. I want to trade Randall. I
Yeah,
don't
but
want
for-
him on the team. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna get back?
What's your voids? Like, what do you think Knicks are lacking?
What-
I really didn't want Philly to be playing this well. That's the whole problem here.
I mean, Embiid. I don't know if I love Embiid long term with his knees and stuff. He plays every other.
But you gotta
game.
kind of gotta go all in for one chip.
Do you know ESPN is pissed that they had that game queued up and then he last minute
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and they both sacked?
Dude, the
They're
fans were booing
pissed.
him at Denver.
They are pissed.
The last time
Imagine you have a prime time slot and then he does this shit any player anytime like he has to go against a good big.
He's-
He doesn't want to
he
do
actually
it.
sat out last season against Joker too.
He sat
The
out
last
against
time
Joker.
He played at home.
The last
but,
time
like,
Embiid
he
already
played-
played him this
the last time
season. He
Embiid
played last-
played in Denver was 2019.
That's
That's
what
the
I'm
last
saying,
time Embiid
you
played
know?
in Denver.
So what? Do you want that on your team? I don't.
Man,
I don't. Yeah.
I'd rather take Cat for whatever it is.
Oh,
Chill.
No?
That's a great segue, bro. The Wolves lost to the Spurs last night.
All right, my bad. I don't want Cat.
Rest in peace, everyone's
They
fantasy.
lost to the Spurs.
Everyone's fan.
Everybody's
Parlays are
FanDuel
cooked.
parlay went to shit yesterday. They lost by 1 point.
Wemby,
to
bro.
I
It's
left my home
Wemby.
thinking I won the parlay because I'm like, Minnesota gonna take care of business. Boston's gonna take care of
let's be honest.
business.
They're playing really well this season.
And here's the kicker: Spurs were on a back-to-back.
Spurs aren't that easy of a team to beat now. I don't
Also,
think
you know what I realized from a betting perspective? Spurs are always in the game if they're nationally televised. They never get blown out. They're always hanging around.
Yo,
Saw the
Devin
back.
Vassell, underrated.
Underrated.
He's nasty.
Underrated.
I think
so
I
nice.
think his pull-up is nice.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Vassell's nice.
Him and Keldon.
I don't like Keldon.
You went too far.
Keldon's on a great contract though.
No.
4-year, 80.
Bro, if Keldon Johnson,
He's on a team-friendly
bro, Keldon
contract.
Johnson showed up.
He didn't do shit. I thought he was on
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We
Bro,
need
Bro, you're
No,
asking a caterpillar to walk like an elephant.
Bro, Keldon
Like-
Johnson, butterfly, bro. Bro, Keldon Johnson shows up 24-hour fitness. I'm not picking him up.
Yo, he's on my fantasy team.
Hit the wire. Drop him.
Knicks, Warriors, and Miami fans. I want to get official predictions for where they will finish this year. So I just want to go around the table. Amr, you start with your team.
Standings.
Not standing, just like overall.
Outlook, like where you
Actually,
find yourself
let's do
ending.
standing. Let's do standing.
All right, bet.
Like where in the East they'll
Where
finish?
in the East they'll finish, or in the West? Where
I
your
think
team-
the Knicks will finish 4th or 5th seed. kind of like because you have your Milwaukee, your Boston, right?
Pick
Everyone's
one.
huh?
Pick 4 or 5.
What do you mean?
Pick either 4.
What are you doing? You're the NBA
Or-
the standings.
I would say fourth.
Yeah.
So I think you'll have Boston, Milwaukee, and
Even
the Sixers.
even with Randall out, Mitch out, Harden.
yeah, I think we're fine. Well, I think we're in that stretch where we can handle it because we'll have some
all
home
of our
games.
hard games are done.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
have
Yeah.
we spent majority of the
all of
road.
our hard back-to-backs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a lot of home games.
we spent
We have one of the easier
First half of
schedules.
our season
was
great,
on the road,
Yeah.
man. Like all
and we still
legit.
survived.
So
Yeah.
we can survive at home
We
stretch
can
for 2 weeks or whatever. We
Okay.
can pull it out. When is Mitch officially back? I don't even know.
So
They didn't have
they
it.
didn't give him the NBA did not give him the exception, the disability exception. So
I think right before the
they
playoffs.
think he's going to come back before the playoffs.
yeah, so I think 4 seed, but I just have a question. Is Todd Gibson still on the team? No.
What the fuck is he doing on the team?
What are we doing there?
Speaking of which, guess who picked him up in fantasy?
You?
I dropped him
That's
last
crazy.
week.
I was wondering what you were
Yeah,
doing.
I got the news. I'm picking him up. I saw his
Yeah,
news.
4 4. I say 4.
What are you doing?
All right, so we got 4th from.
I was being automatic.
Yeah.
I could have.
You good?
So for the Knicks,
Gamble.
the only thing that kind of scares me is a healthy Cavs team. Last year they were fourth as well. I think they were fourth, or we were fifth. We played them in the
They
playoffs.
were 4th.
You guys watched them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. And I think,
But they were healthy, right?
I think a healthy Cavs team. But right now they're hurt, so that could be the only. And the Pacers are coming up too with Halliburton.
Yeah.
He's still hurt.
Yeah, we don't
Now
know
they
how
got
it's
Siakam, so I think-
Yeah.
I don't even.
And
see,
I think they just beat the Suns and
I
where
wanna see
Devin
that team
Booker dropped
healthy.
60.
I want to see that team healthy. Like that team.
Pacers?
Yeah, the Pacers
Scary.
healthy is scary.
Yo, they beat the Suns. Yo, they beat the Suns without
Without
Kyrie.
Albert.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
I'm a 4 or 5. I think the Knicks could go. Yeah, 5.
I think Knicks need to be 4.
My only thing is I think
So
the
Ash,
Cavs
too,
are
just to-
trying to trade Mitchell because he's not gonna I can bet
Yeah.
he's not re-signing, so I think they're trying to flip him. That's my only thing.
Where does he go?
I don't
Ash, I have
know.
a question for
I
you.
heard he was
Who's
wanting to go to
dropping?
Miami, but not now.
Miami
At
is
fifth.
on everyone's
At fifth.
radar. So at this point, I don't know if that's.
So who's coming over the Knicks?
That's what I'm saying.
Cavs?
Like
What are you talking about?
Cavs or the Pacers, maybe.
Cavs and the
Cavs and
Pacers.
Pacers?
One of the
Fair
two.
enough.
That's it, yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, David, where you at?
With the way the trade is right now, I feel like the Knicks are probably done making moves, and with the teams that are above us right now are the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Celtics,
Mhm.
all of which have stars who are fairly injury prone. I think that the Knicks are going to end third.
Hot take, baby.
Who you
Getting
putting?
spicy.
Who do you think falls
Josh
out?
just pulled up the records. We have the same amount of wins as the Sixers. They've played 2 less games and they have 2 less losses. I think that we can definitely overtake the Sixers.
The Sixers also just know that Embiid didn't play a lot of those games and they still won.
Right, and that's a big part of it. But I think that Embiid has had a track record of being injury prone, as has Max.
Well, he came out this season and said he's sitting out games. He said that.
And,
Wait,
By the way,
but my number one
He's not.
thing is
He's not
that
focused on MVP.
Thibodeau doesn't do takeoff games. He doesn't do like we're not going to try to win tonight. Other teams do.
Bro,
Other
OG
teams are
is
practical.
averaging 44 minutes against the Wizards under Tibbs.
Who's finishing third? They're finishing third.
I'm saying that the Knicks are going to try to win every single game that
It's
they play.
plausible. He's very plausible.
OG, like he's your savior. Like it's a team game.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like,
Plus,
put
minus,
all
and-
your eggs in one
We're
basket. It's gonna
stroking
be a
Brunson and
Yeah.
we're stroking
No,
Randall
we're-
to a certain perspective.
No, we're not. We're stroking
And
OG.
Dante DiVincenzo. Yeah.
We're
No,
stroking OG because when
like,
OG's on the
pause.
floor, the plus
We're
minus.
stroking the
is-
whole team.
Yeah.
Pause.
The team as a
Major
team
pause.
is playing phenomenal since his trade. That's the
Mo,
moment.
what is your prediction?
Yo, Mo, you're just
Yeah, Mo's
upset that we
prediction.
locked up Jimmy Butler last
Yeah.
night. Let's be honest.
What is your
I'm
finishing?
not mad.
Where's
because
Miami
I think the
finishing?
team
Can
will
you answer
show
that
up. They're
question?
going to show up when they need to.
That's not.
Miami.
That's not the question. Answer the
Where
question.
are they finishing in the standing?
Where are they landing?
No, Miami. Unless you claiming the Knicks now. Are you claiming the Knicks?
Everybody's stroking. He must be hard.
Up 4, and he will be. You got to factor in the
Play in?
Knicks.
Yeah.
Maybe
Play in?
6 or 7.
Play it,
So,
man.
The Heat,
so they're 7 right now, right? So are they better than the Magic?
easy.
Okay.
I don't think
Debatable.
so.
Debatable.
What?
No.
Have you seen Orlando
You
play
got-
this
have
season?
you
Debatable.
guys seen Orlando play?
Every game. I got Paolo Montero.
That's okay. That's all right.
Yeah,
I want to know.
You got the heat goggles on.
He's nice. He's 20. That's it. He's 20 a night. That doesn't get you anything.
Hey, when he's done, then we can talk.
And then
about
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he will be back in the play-in at 7.
Playing at 7.
They're at 7. Okay.
So right where they are. They're
Yeah,
basically-
I think Pacers are a better team, and they're not. They might move up but they're not dropping.
Can you explain to me your take on why you feel Miami is better team than Orlando as constructed right now? What's your view? Experience?
Coaching probably.
Coaching has been coach for sure.
For sure.
Even though Jamal Mosley's been killing it
What I
this
learned
season.
is that you can never
The
count
Orlando
Miami
coach?
out.
Mosley?
So just never. They just show up.
Yeah.
I mean, playing last year, they're the 8th seed. They knock off the 1
They
seed.
did lose a lot of key pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
They lost their bench. We're not talking about it enough. They had a really good bench.
Bro, Miami's small. I don't know why we got Rozier. And respectfully, like we need an OG. Ironically.
So who's choking OG down?
They OG test out.
We need
Yo, get Pat Riley on the phone, bro.
We need a big wingman.
We need an OG. Yo, we came a full circle.
That's why Triple J. I think.
Yo, I mean, can you pin that one?
Hold it down.
I think
I gotta
Triple
break
J
that clip.
will be a great fit, and he should be starting at the 3, and he will give us that depth and that height that we need.
Who, Triple J?
Yeah.
No, I think
Don't tell Eric Spoelstra, best coach in the game.
Facts.
100%. I think he's up there
I
for
just think
sure.
that our top 3, like Rozier, should be
Best
starting. In my
coach
opinion.
in the game.
I have a question.
We'll
Do
get to
you
that.
guys find Rozier and
I
Tyler
think so.
Hero redundant?
I think
they're
we're getting
redundant.
side. We're getting side.
Tell me, where are we at? Where are you finishing?
I think I really like David's take because it's not far fetched. I think finishing third with how Philly plans to end the season, especially with Embiid not focused on MVP, him sitting out games, making sure he's healthy for the playoffs, we could sneak in third, but I think most likely we're ending at fourth.
I have a question. Playoff wise, who would you rather face? Seating wise, if you're the 3 or the 4, you would either play the Cleveland, let's say Cleveland or the Pacers.
I'm trying to avoid.
Who would you want to avoid?
Oh, you want to play the Cavs?
Yeah.
I want the Heat.
Well, you're not getting.
Well, I'm not even focused on the first round. I would seed according to the second round.
We're not talking about playoffs. We're
Yeah.
talking about standings.
I'm just thinking, like, obviously you want to aim to be the highest, right?
We'll have a playoff conversation now.
Right.
When we get
So
closer to
I think the pace. I think the Knicks. This is my last comment. Knicks are gonna play fourth. Miami, I think, is gonna be ninth.
You look up the setting.
I really think so. I think Orlando's staying higher. Chicago's coming in hot.
Plan.
I'm not worried about Chicago.
Can we get
You're
this
sticking
one?
for,
You guys are done.
I need to hear
really
what's your
want to hear
Patrick
that answer.
I need to hear a Warrior story.
Tell us. Let's go.
Listen, where are we
Cancun,
ending?
baby, Cancun.
Where are we ending?
Cancun on 3.
1, 2, 3. Cancun.
Wait, yeah. After 3 games behind, 10th place.
Yeah, we're 3 games behind.
You guys got your pick this year?
Wait, they're
Yeah, you
5
want me to
games
let me answer my
behind.
question?
You got a pick?
Let me answer my question.
Someone got it.
So after yesterday's game, I mean, I've been saying it all season. All the games that we're losing, they're very close. We're not getting blown out. We're not getting blown out like the Spurs, the Pistons, and all these other bad teams.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful that we can make the play-in, but it's going to be tough.
It's at 10
We
or
have to
11.
get our shit together.
You guys are 5 games behind the playing spot.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna
In the West. In the West.
They gotta overtake Houston.
Dude, look at the division we're in, bro. We got Clippers,
To be fair,
Kings,
yeah.
Phoenix, Lakers.
Western Conference is
I didn't hear you complain about the division for the last
Yeah,
10
we
years.
don't got the division like the Knicks, bro. Come on, man.
Well, East is loaded. East is
Celtics?
loaded. And the Lakers aren't really.
Oh, my bad. I meant Miami.
Different story.
That's true.
Look at that. Orlando, Atlanta, Charlotte,
Yo,
Wizards,
all
Ball
bad,
Bag.
yo.
All right,
Miami got the easiest division.
I wanna-
No wonder they always come in to play in.
I want to finish this whole conversation because our memory card's about to be full.
Yeah.
All right. So my official prediction: the Knicks. I think they will end up fourth. Given the Randall injury, given the Mitch injury, Hardenstein's restricted minutes, and Thibodeau plays his players to the ground. Having said that,
Shout out D-Rose.
Nick Nurse did the same exact thing in Toronto. He would play his stars close to 40 minutes every game. OG's used to it. So I want to just take that.
He's
He's going
young.
to be tired shit out of here. I don't want to hear none of that.
Amen.
Number
Like
one.
20.
Number two, our bench is developing slowly. McBride is one of the top 3 defenders at his size. Miles
signing.
McBride.
Great signing.
Number 2, Grimes.
We drafted him.
The Knicks did.
That's our
They
development.
just
In the
extended
second
him.
round.
That's our player development.
3 years.
I'm gonna take all this stuff.
Guys gonna be out next year.
Hey, yo.
What?
That's
Grimes,
off the camera.
Grimes, who we got in the late first round, he's going to get more minutes now. Randall's out.
How's
Right?
Evan Fournier doing?
He's not
He's our trade asset.
He's $18 million that we're ready to trade.
He's
anyway.
gone.
Yeah, I'll
He's
sign it
gone
for
this
nothing.
year.
He's a
No, we
salary
signed him.
killer.
And no one
No,
wanted to come
finish
anymore.
your thoughts.
No, we signed him off the fucking Olympics before.
When no one wanted to come to New York.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then, as far as the other teams in the East, I don't want to see Boston in the second round. However, we can avoid those guys because I think they're the best team in the league. I think they're better than everybody else.
Their starting five is
Did you see the Clippers
Yo,
Celtics last
KP?
They have so much
Drew Holiday?
But like, yo, Drew Holiday,
KP?
Jason Tatum, Jalen
They're the
Brown,
best five.
KP,
Anybody-
Derek White,
KP, Derek White is crazy.
Derek White, cooking on all your fantasy teams.
I love it.
I love Derek White.
That is the problem, though. Is like Brunson
There was no Porzingis last night.
going up against
the Clippers.
Drew Holiday
Yeah, they needed that
or
size.
Derek White.
They
That's
haven't.
their
They
pick.
haven't lost at home.
I
a whole
think
entire
if I
starting
were to
five
say
plays.
Boston is the only lock of the East
20 and
Conference.
Yeah.
I think signing Doc Rivers might look good on paper, but he's
I don't like it.
He sucks.
He's terrible, man.
That's
Also, Davis underperforming like
I know.
crazy.
that's the conversation for the next podcast. I think we should wrap.
I mean, Doc Rivers, all of his credibility in terms of championships or winning
But
comes
do you
from
know what
the
happened,
Celtics.
right?
Three.
He was a consultant.
Yeah.
He was a consultant for the Bucks,
You know-
and then he kind of snaked his way in for them to
You know what
fire
he
the
said
coach so he
after
could
he
be the
signed the
coach.
con-
Typical
How's your
consulting
team supposed to
behavior.
Yeah.
All right,
Crazy.
thank you guys again for all coming through.
Thank you, man.
Let's clap it up for ourselves.
Yeah.
Awesome whiskey and conversations. You know what I mean? We'll get back to it. There's so much more to fucking talk about, and yeah, we'll pick it up next time.
And started.
Yo, there's
There.
hope here. This is potential. This has potential.
We talked like
I really think we got better as the podcast
That's right.
progressed.
That was more cohesive conversation than I think we've ever
But
had.
yo,
Yeah.
we have to like
I can see
find
what
ways
sounds
to navigate outside of basketball. Like,
He didn't hit record.
No, I did.
Oh.
But that's why, as long as we heard.
Yeah, how many gigs was that memory card?
It's about to
128 meg. It only does up to. It's 30 minutes.
how do you think we did?
Okay.
Go recap real quick.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I think we started off pretty good.
I want to see if I have a gigabyte in my
No, what about the cards we got? They're not
GoPro. I think I have a gig. Oh, it's 128 gigs? Oh, you said megabytes before. Oh.
It says halftime. I just turned.
128 gigs only gives you 30 minutes of recording?
That's wild.
That is wild.
Nah, that's cap. That's cap.
That's cat. That'll
Bro, it
believe
has
that.
to be a max 30 gigabytes.
Hey, recording in 4K.
Yeah, choose from.
Bro, my phone can record a 30-minute video.
I changed the video.
That wasn't me.
I changed the video format from 4K to,
And whatever, yeah.
and the time didn't increase. So I got to figure
Nah,
something.
it's not over. Bro.
No, yo, you can format
No, can we
the
just
video
do a
qualities
photo
to
with
decrease
this one?
Yeah.
Good. Good photo.
Some drinks going?
Yes.
Oh, our first podcast.
I'm done with the drink.
I really liked it, yo. I can't, yo, even if this doesn't pop off, I want to keep doing it.